see people moving back and forth from the class. But here, as I'm lecturing, I wouldn't really care if the six of you decided to go to the bathroom and I have one to go. You get the concept of what I'm saying. So it's the same communication, but it's different depending on the communities or the societies in which that communication is taking place. In secondary school, even what he's doing, or in primary school, you get a slap for that. You move in your chair, you get a slap for that. But it's different here. It's very different. So all those things kind of have an impact as far as communication is concerned. Down here, I would say post outline, because whatever I was saying there, it was just an introduction, nothing from the post outline. They're just giving you a little bit of a different understanding of communication than the post outline for. I gave you the post outline. You share with your friends. We'll go straight to listening skills, which happens to be our first chapter in dealing with your communication in as far as social work practice is concerned. I said earlier on, I highlighted, I said the receiver of the message or the listener is as important as the speaker in the communication process, which means the receiver is not supposed to be that passive. They have to be active and make deliberate measures to make sure that they grasp the whole issue of communication. And in active listening skills, I've defined it there. I'm saying one of the communication skills that will help you to acquire deeper understanding of the content that you're getting from your speaker. And there are about three things that are pretty much important as far as active listening is concerned. I would say not taking, effective questioning, as well as nonverbal communication. By the end of this chapter, I mean listening skills, we want to distinguish rather the type of listening, apply appropriate type of listening in listening situations. In your case, the listening situation could be what? In your case, in social work practice, what would be a listening situation where you apply this? Active listening skills. Where would you apply? When you have a client. When you have a client, you have asked them a question, or you're expecting them to say something. You need to apply listening skills. Because as we will be going with this course, you will realize that you'll be dealing with different people in different areas. For example, you'll be going in their home, where they're breastfeeding, for example. They have a baby, she is crying, they're explaining. But for you to give them the best solution, you will depend on the explanation that they're giving you. So that's why I say, apply appropriate type of listening in a listening situation, take comprehensive and accurate notes. You need to take notes. In some cases, that's why there is an element of note taking included here. They ask questions more creatively and open-ended. Observe speakers and verbal signs. What's an example of non-verbal sign? Any example of non-verbal sign? Yes. Any example? Yes. That's calling. Yes. That's waving. Another one. Any example of non-verbal sign? Okay. Any example of non-verbal sign?
Get middle finger.
Yes. Yes. That's a great example of non-verbal sign. What? Yes. An example of non-verbal sign. I want another example of non-verbal sign apart from anything that you use, your hands, your whatever. whatever. An example of non-verbal. Yes, but I don't even want you to shake your head. I just want, there are a lot of them.
Eye contact.
Eye contact is an example of non-verbal. That's a beautiful one. Dressing. That's a non-verbal communication. Hairstyle.
What point?
It's not about him, but hairstyle is a very good example. Non-verbal communication and whatever. So when we're talking about communication, whenever I'm preaching here about communication, in your head, it shouldn't just be about words. About words. It's about the writing. It's also about the non-verbal. So you should bear in mind about that. Anyway, active listening. Structured way of listening and responding to others. And the listener focuses attention on the speaker with the intention of listening for meaning. Listening for meaning. You know how they do at the auction floor? Yes. For a layman like me, I wouldn't listen to that for a minute. I would listen to that for fun. Okay? So it won't really be for a minute, it's just for fun. I'll be there and I'll be laughing, I'll be recording, and I'll be taking some videos there and throw them on it. They don't really be for a minute. But for you, we are really interested in listening to grasp a meaning. And for that, you need to look into issues of purpose, tactics, that we will have to use. Let's go straight to purpose. What is the purpose for listening? Those are the questions that you start asking yourself. Why am I with this client? Why do I have to listen to what she or he is saying? You have a straight kid, you're sitting somewhere or whatever you want to do with it. That's the question that you're asking yourself. Why do I have this boy asking this question? Why do I need to listen? That gives you the purpose. The most important thing is to establish your purpose for listening. This will help you to avoid distraction. It's the same thing in life. If you have a purpose in life, you know how to conduct yourself. You know what to do. You know what to eat. You know what to drink. You know what. All those kind of things help you to get your purpose straight. Sometimes I say this, sometimes we're distracted from listening because in arguments, for example. In arguments, what happens is nobody wants to listen to the other. It's always a tension. That's a distraction in active listening. So no matter how great a point you're raising to me, I have no intention to listen to what you're saying because I want to win there. In those kind of cases, people are distracted. Suspending one on frame of reference. Frame of reference, I've said here, is a particular set of beliefs or ideas in which you base your judgment or thinking. What makes you think this is that? That's your frame of reference. What makes you think to the Azungu there, that's your frame of reference. What makes you think to the Nzakwe watching the way you watch down? That's your frame of reference. But you realize that our frames of reference are usually betrayed in nature. Because when you say Azungu they are brutal, you still find Azungu they are not good. If you look at some features and say, I always see my feature. Now imagine you still go in town. Well-to-do people are in the same attitude. So our frames of reference are usually betrayed in it. Why is this important? It's because in that is about the interview. You look at them and you say, these people are already good. No, that's not the root person that is found. That was another root person, but this is a different person. Even if they belong to the same culture, even if they come from the same district, but they are two different people. In that scenario, when you're interviewing people, you suspend your frame of reference, you suspend your judgment. We'll be looking at those things in depth as we do. Tactics. You ask yourself, what tactics can help you to understand the message? Speaker's tactics help listeners to understand them. I have my own way of helping me to put my point across. Other people as well, other lecturers, other speakers have their own tactics that will help me put their point across. For example, this is the tactic in red. The tactic that will help me put my point across to you. That's the tactic. It's deliberate to show you that this is important. So it's not just about listening, but listening for a minute. That's the tactic. Speakers have tactics as well. Pastors in preaching have their own tactics. Some will bang the table. Some will go so high with their voices. Some people, it's like they're shouting at you. That's what happens. If you go to some other churches, some people won't enjoy that church. They will say, okay, the speaker is so polite, he's so, he's so down. I don't like it because I used to have the speaker so kind of have a lot of voices. So it's different. So you take note of those tactics. You develop your own tactics. What tactics can help me to understand the message better? Or what tactics is the speaker using to get his best point across? So you take note of it. The speaker will say 1, 2, 3. Those are tactics to tell you, now I'm getting to the first point. Now I'm getting to the second point. Now I'm getting to the third. If I told you today, I want to tell you 10 ways how you can bake a birthday cake. That first sentence is a kind of flat sentence. You'll be okay, you'll be fine. I want to tell you 10 ways how you can bake a birthday cake. You'll be fine with that. The moment I said number 1, you grab your pen and start writing. Because you're following the tactics that the speaker is saying. What's the line that it says? You want to really take care of that. You just write how to bake a birthday. But it says number 1, you want to make sure that you are waiting so that you don't miss it. Tactic. That's a tactic for you. You grabbing a pen and writing, that's a tactic for you to get what I'm putting across. A lot of people use different ways of doing it. Other people use paraphrasing. I was telling your friends that in class we had a friend who would usually like to repeat what the lecturer would say. He would sit at the back. The way I said, he would sit at the back and he would sit at the back. It was so disturbing, but that is tactic. Okay. Some people, when you're studying in class, they'll be reading kind of loud. Come on, we're ready. But we have different tactics in how we're dealing with it. So that's what I mean. In emotionally charged communication, tactics may include feelings. You try to understand other people's feelings, you try to get what they are going through. Some people will be kicking bottles for those people that you watch soccer. The coaches will kick bottles to show their frustration. Some people will speak and so on and so forth. So when they do that, for example, you're asking, I'm trying to be very sensitive with my example. Some people you ask a girl that has been raped, and if you ask her a story, for her to elaborate, she starts crying before she starts elaborating the story. Crying is communication, and you are trying to find out what is it that has really happened to this person. So you are taking advantage of that feeling, that emotion, to try to establish what is happening to someone. That's the tactic. You ask them, why are you crying? Is it because you were really raped? Why are you crying? Is it because it was painful? Of course. Yeah, so all those are tactics that will help you as well as the speaker to get the point across. I'm kind of rushing. I think I already said that these things already deep with your friend. So I don't have to spend more time here. And we'll have to go to the next page. In conflict, individuals often contradict one another, and this affects active listening. I already said this part earlier on that when there is a conflict, when there is an argument, no one wants to listen to the other person, they just want to get straight to their point. They want to say their point. So whatever you say to them, it doesn't mean anything. I gave your friend an example, if you remember. I said in courtship, when you're trying to propose to a girl, or a girl is trying to propose to a man, for example, gender politics.
Yeah.
So,
That's the fact. The fact.
So when that is happening, you're putting your point across. Oh, me this, me blah blah. Kare when I phone, open your phone. What do you have? Blah blah blah. And the lady starts to defend herself, or the man starts to defend himself. That's an argument that is happening. Someone is saying yes, someone is saying no. Saying, what you put here will be like, but me, for my principles, I don't want to start dating with someone who is already also close to my family. I want to build my life with them together. They are built from zero. You see, that's what's happening. If she's relaying that kind of information, chances are very slim that the man is listening to what she said. Because to him, all he wants is things to work out. So they want to listen to what, if you finish and you tell them, what is it that I've just said? Then, I don't know. They just go straight to the second point. That's distraction in communication. You're not listening to what they are saying. You're paying attention to your own judgment. And to get this concept, it requires you, that's what I said earlier, it requires you to suspend your frame of reference. For you feel like a lady can come to you because of the money. The lady feels like the money is not the requirement. So you have to suspend that judgment to the degree. Now, how do you change from that? You say, no, I didn't say that I will give you the money. Or other people say, I can leave that money home, I can sell everything, give the money to the poor, and we can start from zero. So that's an argument. And through all those arguments, they are all destruction. So that's that. Last year, you pay attention to the use. What is the use of arguments? Active listening, using a wide range of issues, tutoring the way I'm doing here. You are there, you want to grasp what I'm saying. You need to be active listener. In medical field, they use that to grasp what the patients are saying, but also for the patients to grasp what the doctors are saying. In group, they are made to reach a consensus. I say about arguments, if there are 8 or 9 people, you want to start something, a business, for example, and you are like, okay, we need a business idea. She will say her, he will say he, will say he, she will say her, he. If you don't listen to each other actively, you can't see each other. Everyone will feel like we need our ideas to work together. That's why it is also used in casual conversation to give understanding. Okay, they say a bed of same feathers, blah blah blah. Even your friendships are based on that kind of concept. The person that doesn't listen to you or don't listen to him or her, chances are very slim that she will listen. That is why the last slide was saying the benefits of active listening could be getting people to open up. If you don't listen to them, don't expect them to listen to you. If you go outside there and talk to people, interview people, if you can't listen to what they are saying, chances are very slim that you will listen to your advice. Just one time. That is why in conversations or interviews, it's very important to create that most needed rapport. If you create that rapport in the first communication, first impression, chances are high that you're going to have a very beautiful conversation. You get to a home, they invite you and you and you come there, and the first thing you say is, that's true. And they expect you should have a better conversation with them. That's rude. It will be so hard for them to understand what you're saying. They will not be able to grasp what you're saying. So create a better rapport to have a better understanding as you go with you. It helps in resolving conflicts because you understand each other what you're saying. Building trust. Oh, listen to me. Chances are very high that if I change something, he can listen. That's trust. In the medical context, it might lead to patient satisfaction. It will help you to be satisfied. Improve cross-cultural communication. I talked about this for your friends. I gave them an example that there's a perception that it's true, right? These are what we. Yes. So, because if you see people in that way, it's hard for you to understand each other. And then you start listening to them actively. You will realize that, okay, now I'm going to go and consider, but I mean, but I have 3 friends that are 2 more people that are those. I wouldn't say I have a lot of consider, but in our class, the guys that perform really well, they are. So we realize those are just issues. In academics, I'm also saying active listening helps in having correct interpretation of academic material and increases chances of passing the examination. The only way that I would know that you guys have been listening actively is when you pass my examination. We will have 5 minutes, a health break, and we'll go to our next presentation. This service I have good lecture. Yes. What do I get in? The and ACT. ACT.
community government, listen. She's good and she's okay.
Yeah, next week. Next week is
She's good. No problem.
down. Give me a week.
break it open.
You're supposed to be 5 minutes. Right. What?
Benjamin Garande. Nakasa au pale Bukarama. Garai pepe. Why not? There are Suriname, nothing very good. Aye. Egypt. Yeah. That sheet, man.
Or what you will do is, we're going to wait out the study after this happens. No. I don't know communication. Then we'll go.
Just say,
Else, please. The whole reason I'm here. You all have that previous class. You should have it. The previous presentation. You all have it. She seems surprised. They're surprised.
Like this guy, this is Juma.
Yes. iPhone and Junior.
can you see the slide? Slide the morning of my doing that.
It's not really number. Give them every year. You give them every year.
You get the sheet. The sheet is the same. Get the sheet. Separate the sheet. The sheet and the paper.
Yeah. Right. All right. So we
Kusanya umoja.
Kusanya kama bwana.
Thank you. That's all right.
Kusanya njia nyingi.
All right. In fact, this is the younger generation. So, Chinese.
Mungu atusahau bwana. The schoolhouse number 2.
And everybody has communication skills. There's a seminar module that I teach. There's a similar module. There's a similar module that I teach here. And I very much.
You should take this people say.
The communication skills for social work practice.
Yeah.
And then a lot of cars actually on the road, they couldn't follow the Alright, and enough of we've been making noise about communication. This whole thing is a journey, and so we'll be moving step by step, and hopefully we'll be moving together. In the next 20 minutes, what you and me will do, we'll be discussing these types of listening. And I've made it clear here that there are two major types of listening. The first one being informational listening. The second one is reflective listening. In informational listening, the listening is usually focusing on the ability of an individual to understand the speaker's message. It is a huge part of everyday life, and failing to understand the concept of informational listening can be very detrimental to one's contribution to society and quality of life in general. When I was introducing today's class, I was pleased to say communication is a symbol of a society, a symbol of community. That's how you know that this boy, this girl, this lady, this man belongs to this group. Because of communication, because of that. If you fail to understand those concepts, you'll be restricting that society. For example, mwazuka bwanji In the same context, sometimes Master Abandi could maybe you met area. Now you're married again after some time. In that society, that's how communication is done in as far as reaching is concerned. That's what the society requires of you. Are we together on that part? That's part of informational listening. It's that kind of, you don't need to get the whole meaning, the real meaning of what is happening, it's just normal, it's routine. It's trendy to be communicating in that way. That's how you communicate each and every day. The same thing with go. Off you go. But that is confined to that community, confined to that society. If you go in other countries, or better still, in just other age groups, away from our age groups, you realize that communication is not even making sense. It's just for this. I'm trying to elaborate more on information listening. I've given another example there that much of the listening people engaging in a regular basis falls under the blanket of listening for information, just to grasp the information. You don't really have to bite yourself and all that to try and get the deep meaning, the feeling more. It's not like you really want to grasp the feeling. Even what I'm doing here, you don't want to take my feeling, like how is he feeling about what he's saying. No, it's not like you're not going deep in how is he viewing the message that is communicating. You're not even thinking about that. You're just there taking the note. You said this, you're getting the note. Off we go. After the class, you move out, you open the door, you've forgotten everything. That's how it goes. You just want to grasp the information. Information on this. I want you to remember what I was saying. You asked me a question outside, I don't know why you're like, because from here I have to switch. I'm going into class television production. So I have to forget this and switch to television all of the time. Tomorrow I'll do radio production, so I'll have to switch again and do radio production. Because it's all about information. Me getting information from wherever I get it, from the books I read, etc. Giving it to you. That's it here. That's what happens. In all areas of life, information listening plays a huge role in human communication. That's how we associate. That's how we know each other. That's how we interact. But that's different from reflective. Because in reflective listening, two important things that should be there. Number one, we are seeking to understand the speaker's idea. Number two, you have a responsibility of offering the idea back to the speaker to confirm that the idea has been understood correctly. And this point is what gives a really distinction between informational listening and reflective listening. Because in reflective listening, you reconstruct what the client is thinking and feeling to relay this understanding back to the client. You realize that change. I'm not just talking about people, society, and community. Now I'm saying community class. I'm using class because of this point that I'm saying effective listening is more specific than the informational set of listening. Because that kind of information can be applied to a community at large, but that's not the case. Yes, with effective listening. So you're listening, you want to try to get a meaning, you want to get the idea, you want to get the understanding. But after getting all that, you want to help the person that gave you the information. After what I've said here today, after all the noise that I've given you, it's not like there's anything that you guys right now out there and you'll be like, okay, so now let's help you. It's not going to work. Class dismissed, class dismissed. But for this one, the people that you're talking to have told you things. You have to help them. You have to give them the feedback. Ndakuza n'okujagulira n'okugirira so what? But everybody, that's all that crying and all that. How do you say it? Oh, my husband's very good. He works me each and every day. Oh, he works me each and every day. Blah blah blah. Mwana jamila, wabaliza. Sorry. You're going. The purpose of you going there is you want to hear their story so that you can offer the help. So you are listening, reflecting, thinking, feedback. You get the idea, give them feedback. Effective listening, again, is a more specific phrase than the more general methods of active listening, like information listening. It arose from Carl Rogers' School of Client-Centered Therapy in counseling field. Point you may have a still a deliberate point so that at some point you guys take your phone and Google what it is and enjoy. Sets of listening, which is informational and reflective listening, have their own subcategories. And these categories pretty much emphasize on the purpose for which you are listening. And through these subcategories or types of listening, you'll be able to distinguish reflective listening and informational listening. And the subcategories of types of listening are 5: discriminative, critical or evaluative, therapeutic or instructive, appreciative, as well as self-listening. Discriminative listening covers the conscious reception of all the pertinent auditory and visual stimuli. This may include listening for comprehension, where basic efforts on the part of the listener to retain and understand the speaker's message are necessary. What people that are saying, whatever they're saying, you grab everything that goes into it. You want to get content. And from the two types of active listening that I gave you, where the therapeutic or passive listening for? From the two types of listening that I gave you, where does this where does this discriminated listening fall under? Between informative and reflective. How many people are saying informative? How many people are saying informative? How many people think discriminated listening falls under informative? Two. But okay, so it covers conscious perception of all pertinent auditory and visual stimuli, may include listening for comprehension, where basic efforts on the part of the listener to obtain and understand the trigger message are necessary. Very informative, right? For comprehension, you want to write content of the message. Critical evaluative listening describes a situation where the listener makes a judgment about the speaker's message. Judgment is feedback, isn't it? Judgment is feedback. When you are telling your friends that you've seen something, straightforward. You have seen them, what they are doing, you're giving them the feedback, judgment. Just a test. As such, critical listening often accompanies persuasive speaking. Give me an example where people persuade and the audience gives judgment. One example, and off we go. At the court, yes, but I'm not really liking it, but it's a yes. If you gave it as a no, it's a correct answer. But I want another, because at the court it's just one person that gives the judgment. Pretty much it's the judge, isn't it? Church? Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. There's one place where someone persuades people and the people give the judgment. Sorry? No, I didn't listen. Wedding.
Yeah.
Really? No, I thought you would just go there straight to that answer because it's not, it's not hard. No, where people go to the podium and persuade the people, and the people they want to give the judgment. The way sorry? Exactly. Political rally. Someone goes to the podium and persuades the people to vote for them. And the people will give the judgment. When do they give the judgment? On the voting day. See? So people go to those rallies to analyze the message critically, to evaluate what they are saying. After the evaluation, they go home and tell their kids if there are others who are operating and to go for their judgment. That's what happens. So the critical listener attains closely to such matters as speak and evidence in the message. They also look at the source credibility. This is one of them. Agamati is the Yakata. Judicial week. How is that going to happen? People start to analyze judicial week. How is that going to happen? Because I remember Chair said, so you start and then, no one was really thinking of very good. Okay. So that's critical evaluative, which means critical evaluative falls under what? Reflective or information? Reflective listening. Let's go to see. Therapeutic or impactful listening. It emphasizes understanding messages from the speaker's perspective in situations where the speaker needs to be heard or talk through an issue. In such moments, the listener provides the minimum necessary direction for the speaker's perspectives to be clear. Counseling and psychology provided the examples of this type of listening. After the heartbreak or what have you need some counseling, they just sit there, this didn't happen, it has happened to other people before, did they die? So all these things are considered in this kind of, it's also a type of listening. There is appreciative listening as well. This one occurs when we listen for enjoyment. You just want to appreciate the content. For example, music. Watching television. You just want to appreciate the content. But no, Game of Thrones is for what time? What's that? Things like that. You just want to enjoy the stuff. And I feel like Pesto Chan-Chan, one of the Netflix, but it's better than this other one. It is great. And then lastly, there is self-listening. Let's fix this serious on this kind of thing. Do you feel like this? Do you feel something about self-listening. This has to go back to it, I'm like, so this involves conscious engagement with one's own physical reactions, attitudinal biases, and prejudices or mental markers while listening. Self-reflection mostly takes place in one's head and still requires conscious application techniques similar to those ones apply for listening to the talk of another person. This point, what I'm emphasizing, much as you're talking to yourself, you still do it as if you're talking to another person. If you don't show everybody, that's the point that we're not. Chúng ta bây giờ nó cần một đề chút, một chút thì phải nhận ra cái phải, cái mà người trong thổ loạn phổ nên là cái phải, cái gì cũng vô chi. You see that kind? This is like you are two people, but you are talking to yourself. Give me a phone and pull with it. All those kind of things. That's how you face an interaction that happens inside your head. However, self-listening often gets neglected, but it comprises a helpful listening technique. When other people are teaching you this kind of things, they will usually take off self-listening, but it's still important. Why it's still important? For example, in a profession, you realize before you get to start talking to someone else, you start asking a certain question. And you go back. Is he in the mood to talk? Will he listen? And what do you mean I'll jam? Are we going to have some good time together? So all those kind of things will help you to have that kind of good conversation. Beautiful people.
In your understanding.
This is what we have to do today. Much as we started a bit late, but we have covered all that I wanted to cover.
Line by line.
And next week,